Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here, and today we are going to be continuing my 0% profile run. We're doing pretty well on the old achievements at the moment. We're at 76 out of 139. It's starting to become slow progress at the moment at 55%. A lot of achievements locked out. But we're going to do what we can. Million is the next mark. And just general killing of things. So let's go. Oh, hello, Sean. How are we doing? I'm glad you could make it. So, this level isn't going to be the greatest for me to show off the little thing that I was trying to explain during Camille's stream last, or trying to get him to demonstrate it, but I will demonstrate what I've come across, because we can use this. So I thought gaze is an awfully big part of this game. We don't realise quite how massive a part of this game gaze is. Where you are looking is where the action happens. I can demonstrate something quite funny with banshees if I get a couple of them. So no, I'm not playing the main run. No, thank you. I would rather not have a bag of I told you so's handed to me. It's quite alright, Cam. I'll allow you to do that. There we go. Yep. Coward and... Hey, look. I'll be a coward. I may show the run off when I'm at first place. If at first place. Anyway, so the whole gaze thing, and this comes from what we've recently found out with Gabriel, the whole playing around with the post. One of the things that I found, and there's skills that we pick up, and there's various exploits and bits and bobs that are useful to some, or like, you know, the higher percentiles of players. This, what I found, I think is useful for everybody. But basically what you can do, as I'll demonstrate it in a bit later, but as you know, we can come up onto a roof and we could, say, fight down on knights. We could have them in that middle ground there, and we could pop in the headshots. What's the problem with fighting a knight down there? Those bloody axes. I know they're not particularly difficult to get out of the way of, but it'd be really nice if you could just shoot them in the head and they wouldn't throw the axes, right? What I found is, as long as you can get yourself to a point where you can just see the knight's head and shoulders, he will stand there and eat arrows for days without throwing axes at you. So you can get them into what would probably be considered medium to long range without getting any return. It's still a bit twitchy. You have to get yourself into a point where you can't be hit. There's certain places that you can do it, but another thing that you can do as well, I don't know what button you guys have assigned to duck. I obviously have it on the B button, so, but yeah, you press the button to duck, and then you can lower the cover to a point where you can... It doesn't work on monks because they just shoot over, they don't stop. And also monks can teleport. It's best employed. I mean, I might try it on monks a little bit more, but as I said, it needs trialing. I know monks can do that funky shot that loops in and gets you every bloody time. So, right, anyway, we've got a 0% run. I've got an achievements record to break. 87. So what are we doing again? Going this way. So at the moment, it's just going to be about points. So, ooh, there's some points. This probably isn't a great idea, but we do need to kill her. Hey, click, click. First one of the day, and we're in danger already. And away. Now, I think I've talked about it before. After doing something silly like that, I'm coming up here because it's nice and quiet. Lots of good area to make use of. That, I believe, was the orphan one. Now, I'll try and get this to work. Banshee over here, Banshee over here. I'm not going to look at that Banshee. And only now has she started casting. If you get it a little bit closer together, you can basically get quite a massive delay. Looking here, I do have slow time on. And now she fires. She actually stands there for quite a while. Well, if it's old news, then there you go. I'll shed some light on said old news to make sure that everybody is aware of it. Because if it is old news, it should have been posted by somebody. It will definitely help improve your score because you can completely take the pressure off. Like, if I do it here and I stand here and cover as much as I can about him, he is still going to fight. I mean, that was a terrible shot. Doesn't have my name on it. I mean, that one wasn't much better either. But again, if I reduce... So this is what we would try and do, but on a night. And as Camille said, they won't fire at you when this happens. You know, they'll just stand there and look at you. No firing coming in at all. Or maybe I need to stand a little bit further back. And there's the problem that you have. Won't work with Banshees either because they're capable of doing the same thing. Woo! He stood no chance. But yeah, as I say, what I'm talking about here that is apparently an old tactic won't work with... Oh, I know what that is. I recognise that sound. 2 seconds. That might have been the background noise. Right. So yeah. Let's get this cleared up, get Gabriel done, and then we'll find some knights. And I shall demonstrate it a little bit more. Yeah, that's true. That side of things. Right, hang on then. We'll try it on that guy. This could cost me some life here, Camille. I'll do what I would usually do as well and duck. There you go. So we can only see a little bit of him. Only a tiniest bit. You can never assume... Look at that ball of cupids. You can never assume that everyone knows fish. You've got to let people know. But the reason why I found it very useful is it allows you to construct those long-range headshots when you can't quite get the distance on them where they won't throw an axe. Knights have a certain range that they'll get to where they'll just stop. They'll be like, nope, that axe throw is a waste of time, lads. Don't even bother. Let's just stand here and eat arrows for days. But there is... You can't always hit the head at that range. And if you're not hitting the heads, you're taking away HP from an enemy and not scoring. So let's get... We do need to kill a lot of things. Yeah, this is... I mean, to be fair, I didn't either. So, yeah, apparently it's old news. So here you go. So we'll call this the fish technique. Or, oh, no, we'll call it gone fishing. Mike's putting his claim on it. So, but yeah. So I think it's quite conclusive, Camille, that it might have worked on the monks previously. I'll keep trying it, because, you know, gotta love a dryer. Yes. Correct. Quite correct, Camille. I can only, yeah, people have only got time to watch so many videos as well, that's the other thing. And there's a lot of information to sift through there on just my page, let alone anybody else's, or on across a lot of the pages. A lot of it, oh, hello, a lot of it is out there, as you say. But yeah, okay, well I will take back my big statements on my discovery. And we'll go with, here's something that you might not know, new players. As I say, I think it's quite important, because I've been using it to actually score very effectively without any danger. It's all well and good doing things at stupidly extreme ranges all the time, but if you're not consistently hitting headshots, and at those sort of ranges, you won't, because fatigue kicks in. Your consistency starts to drop. Hell, it took me 3 fucking hours to do Purgatory. Oh no, probably about 3.5. 3.5 to 4 hours to do Purgatory in the pit in Cycle 18 today. My God, I was knackered. I'm all bandy-armed right now. So let's get... Yes, and for somebody who's used to playing the game quite quickly as well, it's a fucking nightmare. Ooh. I should keep that for an arrow later. Yeah, it took me a sitting and a bit, and Anakim almost went terribly as well. You do not get points for body shots, full stop. The only time that you would, and even then, you are getting no points because of the body shot. I think Knackered's an Australian one, but Bandy Armed is, I think that's one of ours. But then the Australians probably stole it from us. I don't know. They're not here, are they? So they can't say anything. But no, as far as a body shot is concerned, you score 0 points from a body shot. That is the be-all and end-all of it. The reason why people are confused as to if you can score points from a body shot is when you make a kill with a body shot. You score the gold amount, and you score some bonuses based on the cycle and the enemy at that time of the kill shot. Technically, that is nothing to do with the body shot, because you would get those bonuses regardless of whether you killed with a body shot or a headshot or a special arrow or something along those lines. So the long and short of it is, you score nothing from a body shot. You score points for every single headshot. You also then hit for bonus gold based on enemy type, and the cycle that you're on, and then things like money multiply quite big at later cycles, as I've found. I tell you what, playing at this cycle though, oh! Look, that Banshee took 2 shots. How good is that? And this one, he's going to take 1, and I can dodge that easily. This is the joy of playing this game when you've been dicking around on a really high cycle. You come back and you feel like a god. It's really cool. Of course, yeah. Distance is a factor. It's something that I should clear up with what Beanie mentioned recently as well. So what he was talking about was this Nike tick. Now, that didn't sit well with me, but I understand what he was getting at now. And it's based on research from For the Right that I wasn't really aware of, because it's something that I've been meaning to test myself. And that is that... Okay, so the general rules are body shots score nothing, headshots score for every single headshot you land. You get the gold and the cycle bonus for killing an enemy regardless of whether it's a body shot or a headshot. And the distance, the more you increase that distance for the headshot, the more you get. Now what Beanie meant with that night tick is based on an enemy's hit points. So if you destroy an enemy at medium range, they've got less hit points to accommodate for more headshots, if that makes sense. Whereas right up close, with the bow, you do less damage. Ergo, you can get more headshots, and that works out better. And then really far ranges. So if you don't know about graphs and don't care or any bits and pieces along those lines, as a general rule, try and do everything as at long a range as possible, long to extreme range. And if you can't do that, have it at short range, which it's the same conclusion whether you understand what it is or not. So, Winter's Bite. We are going to need these. God damn. Right, coming up on it. So, another achievement there. So we've got... precious one achievement, and then yeah, we'll kill Gabe here, and once we get into the Abyss, I'll actively demonstrate what I'm talking about on nights, because the Abyss is one of the levels that it can really help on, as it happens. Right, let's find out where Gabe is. Nope. This is something worth knowing, and I haven't talked about before. You can find out exactly where Gabe is going to land before he's even landed by going to his 3 spots and walking into them. If you can't walk into them... Ah, I missed it. He must be over there. Damn, I was a little bit off. But basically, one of the 3 spots, you walk into it. If you can't walk into it, that's where he's landing. Oh, my Anakin 18 went absolutely terribly. I went in there, basically I've had a quiver drought, which is the worst thing that can happen to somebody. And like Travis has talked about previously, making use of the things that are on the board. Making use of things that are on the board, as opposed to the things that you have in your quiver. But after a boss and restocking with 1 quiver, see, you pick up something. See, I didn't know about the night thing, so there you go. Evens. I didn't know about, you know, gone fishing, as we're going to call it. But yeah, yeah, my Anakin 18 went... I mean, you know, I didn't take a hit, but it went terribly in respect to the fact that at one point, like towards the end when he was on his last legs, there was still a couple of archers knocking about, which... one counting then. Which decided to stay lovely in their alcoves right at the back, so they didn't come out. I worked the triangle at the bottom, but had to finish about... I don't know, about 1/10 of Anakin's health at that stage without any special arrows at all. It was, yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare. I got through there. And then, what were the end? The end arrows were something like Azure's Fury. I didn't take a hit, and I still have a Holy Armor. But the end arrows were, well, yeah, probably something like this. Except I would have loved to have seen a Winter's Bite. It was like Blood of the Lamb, Azure's Fury, and fucking Wrath of God. It's like, well, none of those arrows helped me. It got so bad as well during during Purgatory 18. I didn't have enough. I've got them all. Didn't have enough quivers to restock volley 5, so I had to change it over for volley 3 just to make sure I was taking something with me into Anakin's. Ah, damn it. Let's try that again. I'll get this shot. that's not it. Come on. Do it all the time. Nope. Nope. One more. And then I just let it go. Always make that shot. Right, sorry, because Camille was asking things. Oh, what the... to be fair, we'll probably face Gabriel again during this run through. I expect to whip through these cycles pretty fast based on how I've been playing cycle 18. So we'll be having another crack at Gabriel tonight, I would imagine. We're on cycle 4 now. I would like to get this to at least Anakin beaten on... Oh, what? Oh, 18. No, I don't dare record that high because I find... Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Sean. I didn't, as I said, I didn't take a hit, so I was happy with that. I just wasn't happy that the game had absolutely droughted me going into there. I'm still carrying that volley 3, and it's like the thing, what I'm using volley 5 for now is something to output the damage at that stage. God, I'm being very careless here. I don't need to even bloody worry. I'm being, yeah, I need something for damage output, and if it's not going to give me quivers, thankfully I went in with two full winters, but only 7 Hand of Gods, so you don't need Hand of Gods, but then all of a sudden you have to lean more on your Winter's Bite, and I was out. I was like, no special arrows left. Thankfully I'd done the vast majority of Anakin, so it wasn't too much of a problem. But yeah, volley 3 for volley 5 is just a straight downgrade because it's actually the same amount of arrows in the quiver. What you're using it for at those high stages is dealing with things very quickly. It doesn't become about scoring because the game is all about scoring. The bosses are just milestones at that point to get past. Oh. So the resources, I used a lot of them on the Asmo fight because I'm trying to make use of the hog bubble to lure in, and I've found the right area to do it, but I like to have a backup plan. Because I've been hogging Asmo just before you pop that last boil, I've got more time to deal with the enemies there than normal, which means I don't need to worry about dropping him in the lava as much because I've got more time. I can just kill him with Winter's Bites. But again, it's even more resources used. And then to not have anything... Yeah, volley's just too good. Hogs, it depends on how far you can get. I'd say hog is, so you remember we were talking about how arrows are generated. Hog is definitely considered a top tier arrow. So it's up there with the likes of, or in the category of, Wrath of God, Hand of God, probably Divine Sight 5, Shrapnel Blast. Yeah, this is why I put hog in my blessed quiver, because basically I see hog that little. I think in the cycles that I've played, the 18 cycles, bear in mind the first 10 I skipped so I haven't really played the first 10, but in the 18 cycles that I've played, because I've obviously been checking shops and sorting my arrows out and doing my bits and pieces on the way, because I'd be stupid not to set myself up for doing a cycle skip. I think I've seen hog twice and one of them went in my Blessed Quiver. And this is the reason why I know Winter's Bite is probably the better arrow, because Blessed Quiver multiplies the base amount by 30, or gives you an extra 33% more. Ergo, the bigger capacity arrow you put in there, the more you'll get. But Hog goes in and stays in. I mean, I can show it off later. It is a scoring arrow, is the terrible truth about it. It's just really shit. Or rather, no, it's not. That's unfair. It's not really shit. It's just, it's underpowered. It's ridiculously underpowered, but it still has the same. Woo! Wasn't looking over there, was I? Yes, that's pretty much the gist of it. Don't use Shrapnel Blast, it's shit. I remember getting Shrapnel Blast for the first time, and I think it is one of, next to Hog, I think it was one of the last 2 arrows that I got, because like everybody, I killed 1,701 ghosts last. I think it was last anyway. And I remember getting Shrapnel Blast, and my exact words were, "Oh my fucking god, this arrow's going to be amazing. Look how many knights I have to kill to get it." And then I actually got Shrapnel Blast. I think I put it in my quiver once, and I was almost as disgusted with it as I was with Holy Wind. Unholy Wind. It does have a job. But it just, I don't know, as a scoring arrow, it just does a shit job. You have to use way too many resources to pull off scoring hits, and it doesn't even score that well. Hello, Dan. Sorry, I don't know if you've been chatting or not. I've just been listening to the conversation. Hey, Dan. But yeah, very excited to get Shrapnel Blast until I wasn't. And go, go, Gadget Skull! Yes! I mean, there's probably people that don't know about knocking skulls into things. That's actually something that I need to make a point of doing. It is pretty difficult though, and risky. Definitely risky. Yeah, I haven't got as fancy stream as Camille. I haven't got a robot to say hello to all of you, so I do try and keep on top of things. So how can I help you today? It's good though. I like it. I like it. The more Camille puts in, the more it pushes me to do things, extra things, which is always good. So what? Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can't stream directly from the headset. That is the longest way to do it. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, on the yeah, don't do the whole teleport 3 ghosts at a time. That's God, it's long enough as is. Got all these Black Knights being replaced with skeletons. Brilliant. Thanks. only I had more life. Oh, we do need to kill Incubi. Get you in. I'll deal with you in a minute. I'll deal with you now. Teleport. Oh. Yeah, you want to basically start game, go into pit, kill all the ghosts, jump in the lava, take a bath, die, repeat until you've got it. Takes you about an afternoon. It's the I mean, I'm tempted to, once I've seen how many achievements I can get out of this run, to finish it off, but I'll just end up resetting it again at some point in the future. I do, as I keep threatening, I'm going to do the same with Siege of Heaven, and make a concerted effort to get everybody the achievements on it, because I know some things and some stuff. Guys, I don't think you're supposed to be here, but tell you what though, we need those headshots. Oh no, we don't need those headshots, but we do need those kills. So yeah, this is another one of those weird things, or should be weird to any accomplished IDU player, because he's not supposed to be there. What the fuck are you doing here? These are what replaces enemies at certain points. Ooh. Yeah, I remember seeing all of this. Oh, I tried to bite it. Yeah, it's something. Oh, I've got work to do here. I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, these. So this is what happens when you have a low percentage profile. It has to populate the level with enemies. Some of you may have noticed that there's an obscene amount of Abyss monks. Yeah, LG's one hell of a player. Yes. Once the Incubi dies, you should then get the achievement when you leave. But yeah, so sorry, I missed who said that. But the reason why it does all of this is because it doesn't have enemies. There should be a Black Knight in here, but I don't have Black Knights unlocked in the game yet because we haven't done enough, we haven't killed enough. So it replaces them with the likes of Skeleton Warriors. It also replaces them with the likes of Summoners. It also replaces them with the likes of Abyss Monks. Like, for instance, I can tell you now, going through Abyss on a 100% completed profile, you maybe see... Yeah, if you could lock Cupids up, just have, I don't know, maybe flying abominations. You know, give the abominations wings and make them as dumb as rocks. That'd be great. But yeah, there's lots of little changes based on what we have unlocked and what we don't have unlocked. You will possibly, but a lot of them are to do with the fact that we don't have Black Knights, and I don't think the Cardinal Order of Knights is unlocked yet, which is of course the Red Knights. So I picked up on this a long time ago when we were doing the 15 Minutes of Fame tournament to see if it was worth trying to do the game from the 0% profile. And I went through the game and I was like, what the what? What's this shit? Yeah. Let's make it. Yeah, let's Dark Souls them, eh? I think Skeleton Warriors are, especially at the higher cycles, are becoming one of the hardest enemies in the game because of that goddamn teleporting jump strike. It's not a nice one. Yeah, no worries, Mike. We'll call this one Plenty of Fish in a Barrel. Let's say you discovered it. We'll get it named after you if we can get a little plaque going or something along those lines. I'm not going to let you live it down. You're the only one who seems to know about it. Fine selection of arrows here. Winter's Bite, Wildfire, Barrows of Needles. Seen all of those before. Are you getting further, though, Big T? Is that the reason why, potentially? That because you're getting further, you're seeing, or maybe you've upped your percentage recently on your profile. I think you're at 100% though, aren't you? But upping the percentage definitely has an effect on the amount of enemies and the density. And the density would affect behaviours very much so. So, let's try teleport spot. Oh yes, yes, yeah. I'll definitely do that and try not to die. What I want is a knight so I can show off what I was talking about. I mean, I like Black Knights because, instead of Skeleton Warriors, because they don't do that fucking jumping lunge mid-teleport. It's a great manoeuvre. They're good lads for giving it a go. Give them that much. I really need some knights so I can show this thing off. I keep killing them. It's not good. Yeah, give me Black Knights and Red Knights any day of the week. I'd rather have them running at me because at least, you know, you can manipulate them. But then having said that, Skeleton Warriors aren't that bad. But when you start getting to the later cycles and Cupids take 4 fucking body shots to kill, well, 3 at that range, they more often than not teleport on top of you. That in combination with Skeleton Warriors teleporting, even if, I mean, like, you know, Skeleton Warriors aren't, there's one. Skeleton Warriors aren't a difficult prospect. Alert, run away, get them to teleport to somewhere near you, and then go up. They've got to stand there now, and they don't even have axes. Their union didn't give them. Oh, another kill for the old pot there. No, I know. It's, hey, I like it. You're never going to get... Oh, gap shot, gap shot, gap shot. Gap shot. You get that gap shot? Yes. Oh, no. No, they do not, Knob. Yeah, half-assed Skeleton Warriors. Skeleton Warriors. So, yeah. With Skeleton Warriors, get them to a place where they can't teleport. I can show you some areas that they can. I found that any peaked roof that has like a guttering trough in the middle is... or, yeah, I'll show you what I mean in a minute. I found some places that they can teleport. It's jump scary when they do it as well, because you're used to them not doing it. Oh look, those shields fall straight through the ground. No, that's not the place. Because I came up here, I almost forgot about you. You almost got away. No survivors. Let's see if I can find somewhere. Hang on. Let's try that. Best teleport arrow in the game, I might add. This. Areas where you have this bit of guttering seem to be a place where they're able to teleport in sometimes, or in and around. I'll show you some roofs that they can do it on the way in. Hello, Harry. To be fair, I'm playing on the rooftops to try and demonstrate my point. So, this night, nothing major. Apparently something that everybody knows about but me, so I'm going to demonstrate it now. So, this night, let's alert him. This is as good a place as any. He's going to stand there and he's just going to hock axes at us for days. I don't want to have to block those. I would normally be leathering him with headshots at this point, but when you get to the likes of Cycle Stupid, then it takes a lot of headshots. So what I found is, on a peaked roof like this, if you can drop the distance so that you can just about make out his shoulders and his head, he'll stop. As you hit him and he staggers backwards, he will do one of two things. Commence axe throwing, in which case you drop your distance a little bit more, or he'll actually return to the spot that you've hit him. Let's see what Bob does in this situation. So notice how he's not throwing axes at me. So I can just sit here, prep my shots, because this is a reasonable range. Great way to practice as well, and that's not bad for scoring. But he'll just stand there. And so what you need to be careful of, though, when you are doing things like this, and you can also, if you can drop your height a little bit by crouching. So what this can do for you is it can basically allow you to get even easier headshots on knights. Yep, nice one, Bob. That was actually a bit of an accidental headshot, if I'm honest. I thought he was going to take more than that. But if you can get them into like a little courtyard, and he had something like this in the way, you could then duck. And I've also found that it isn't just cutting off what? Yeah, that sounds like a decent stream. So but to be fair, most of the arrows will be vanilla, but I would approach it from the point of like a new starter, I guess. So yeah, the other thing that I found as well is, like with having cover here and trying to keep it so that you can just about see their head and their shoulders, it also makes you a little bit of a guide for your headshot accuracy, because if you shoot too low and would hit the body normally, well, you're going to hit your cover, whereas if you shoot too high, you'll go over their head, whereas if you get it just right, then you'll hit them in the head, which is points, which is what you want. But you can also do it with having this is how I came across this myself, was you can kind of do what we're doing to Gabe with having a lot of your vision restricted with a bit of cover, and you can do the same again on knights. The only time a knight will move in that scenario is if he can go to a position where he could throw an axe at you. So he might go a little bit further back, or might fuck off round to behind you, or somewhere along those lines, which is why this technique is best employed from the roofs. But there's lots of places, like I could use it here. So if that blood was a knight and he started throwing axes, if we move back away from him, let that first axe pass over harmlessly, I could then duck, scooch forwards a little bit. So let's pretend the blood of the lamb is his head, not the actual blood, but the symbol. And then I could sit here and shoot him in the head, and he would literally just sit there and get staggered. As I said, occasionally they can go far enough back that they might start throwing axes, but you then just adjust your position. So I'll try and demonstrate it a little bit more, but as you can probably appreciate, I'm finding that very useful in high cycles, because it basically means that I can put there's no point hitting a target if I'm going for score, for Christ's sake. There's no point hitting the target if you are not gaining points. Now, if you're not going for score, well then you want to be still trying to hit the head, because the quicker you can take an enemy out, the faster they're dead, and then the less threats you have around you. And on top of that as well, as you are playing, fatigue is a thing. The longer yeah, I didn't know about it. So, but then this is the thing, there's people who don't. Let's try it again. This guy will do. Hello Camille. White Knight called Camille. That's definitely his name. He is a Polish crusader. Oh, don't stand there, Cam. Come on now. No, I'm not going to call him Camille. Yeah, I'll need that. Right, you're not going to be very... Go on, there's a whack. Cheers. Alright, take the health. There we go. So he's throwing axes at me. This would be a pain in the ass. you're going to be a pain in the ass as well. Oh, will it though? Will it? Friendly fire incident incoming, blue on blue. Come on. Come on. Yes! Good shot, sir! Fucking hell. If only it hurt them. It'd be so good. So. Camille nailed that skeleton. Did you see it? That was awesome. So, he's if I stand here, he's going to throw axes at me for days. If I reduce the amount of vision that he has on me... Yeah, probably. That'd be the night that I would be. So I can just about make out his head here. So the other thing that's nice about this is, as I said, it's very difficult. Not very difficult, but it's easier to hit those headshots. I love it when an axe buries itself in a... I don't even need them to do damage. If they could flinch, that'd be great. Because then, you know, you could, as you're bouncing around a room making massive amounts of slow time, you could just have the enemies trying to deal with you and just a comedy of errors and people being knocked off on their asses and not because of you. It'd be so good. IDU2, Jay. Friendly fire but not damage. And also friendly fire with damage in the multiplayer, in the cooperative. Yes, please. All the things. Has to have friendly fire. Because it just makes cooperative funnier. It also means that if they don't do a deathmatch mode, you can make one out of the cooperative. It's coming. I hope it's coming. It's probably not coming. It's definitely not coming in this game. Right. I'm not short of blood of the lambs. Give it that much. So, however, we are very short on clicks. Ooh. Did I not get the click for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Maybe it doesn't give it to me until I exit the level or something along those lines. We will go back in a minute, but at this point, I think it is literally... Try and get that skull into something, but it's risky. Very risky behaviour. I've got plenty of blood, so it don't really matter, does it? Good old shield. This is the problem with smashing skulls at this stage, is that you don't get the time delay that you're used to having, or I'm used to having, so they explode almost instantaneously, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Try and get you there. Oh, what? Come on! Cupid's fucking invincible. Tank that skull explosion like a boss. So that's one of the... To be fair with what Al said earlier, it is one of the ways that I could get Hand of God on this profile. Is exactly the way Al did it. To be fair, it would probably be the only way that I could get Hand of God on a fresh run through. And I'll be honest, I'm sorry, chat, I'm not prepared to do 3 ghosts at a time. That would take an entire stream. It would take a lot longer than an entire stream. It's not happening. Okay. Well, that one's definitely coming. Wanted to show off the various places that I found where skeletons can teleport up, but I don't think there are any around here. So, but yeah, it's like roofs that are kind of like peaked like that, but then have a landing around them that is also peaked, and they seem to just teleport up there like a boss, which is a bit shit behaviour on their part. Right, now depending on rubbish shots. Depending on here's another example. Sir, if you would like to join me in the courtyard. The orb stand over there. So making those headshots could be quite difficult if you are new to the game. Yes, you could get hog as the very first achievement, you would not need to unlock the pit. You would need to unlock the pit to allow ghosts to be in the game. As soon as that's happened, yes, you could, in theory, rest in Sanctuary, come back out, kill 3 ghosts, rest in Sanctuary, come back out, kill 3 ghosts, and do that. What would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just shy, about 550 times. Oh, it wouldn't be the first, but no, you could get Hog as something that you could get. So we'll see here, this guy's going to throw axes at us for days. I hate blocking like that. I insist on blocking properly. However, that is a lot more natural, and because it allows it, that's why people do it. So he's going to throw, we can establish that he is going to throw axes from there. If we either just give a portion of him, we can now take our shots at him free of axe throwing shenanigans. If we were to go on this side and have something, oh, he's going to move now because he can find an angle to throw an axe at us, he will try. Again, because I am close to cover, won't have it. But let's get him to where we were. He'll move back there. That's a good place when a knight takes about 50 fucking headshots to kill. So let's let him throw that axe. Beautiful. Sharp handles. Get him to there, and then we can quite happily take the headshot. And you'd be able to do multiple of those and he wouldn't return fire, as long as the amount of cover. It's basically about presenting as little of yourself. Bear in mind your target zones are, or where you can be hit, is your head and I believe your upper torso. Right. Too late, unfortunately, for me to complete Abyss without taking damage, because I've already taken damage, and once that one locks out, you're done. However, as we found, that is not the case with... Ooh, better put the old battery back in, otherwise this stream's going to be a very short one. There we go. Yeah, once you have taken damage within the run, it locks you out of the mastery of all of the standard levels. So during cycle 1, when I was rooftop hopping, I managed to take a very silly hit from Asmo because I let his skulls come too close and they explode almost instantaneously. So yeah, you basically, to be able to get those achievements, what I was planning on doing was rooftop hopping, Purg, Paradise Lost, Abyss, Desolation, and then completing the game as normal once I've done it. I do need to revisit Desolation, and I need to rooftop hop through it as well. There's no achievements there for me other than huge amounts of bat headshots, and I ain't fucking around with that. But I need to rooftop hop through Desolation to be able to get... Right, Pit of Agony, we need to do this fast-ish. We also need to do it without getting hit. What a great combination of things, huh? Now, this is going to be very tough. I'm going to concentrate on the not getting hit part of it first. Because, not the not getting hit part of it, the... Problem is, I've got one of these to deal with. Stuck there. Yeah, I don't think... Come on now, come back. Come by. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get the time on this. Oh, wildfire. What a great arrow. Hope someone's got that timer on for me. I think I'm out of time already. Whee! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Activate. There he is. Now if you could come on in, that'd be great. Teleport. Come on, I don't want to deal with you boys. So yeah, yeah, easiest way to normally do this would be with Wrath of God. However, don't think that was quick enough. As long as we don't get hit, we'll get the... I might have already got it. I can't remember. I told you before, chat. My memory is shocking. Yeah, it does make it a little tough. Yeah, as far as Asmo's concerned, it's just an oversight on my part. I thought I'll take this nice and slowly and steadily to make sure that I don't take a hit. Want to record it? Nope, I think I've already got Agony then, maybe. So, might have been Despair, probably. Because that was definitely a no-hit. So I might already have Agony done, in which case we need the other one. But yeah, it was oversight on my part that I completely forgot about the fact that there is no time on the skulls when you don't have the achievements for them. And... yeah, it's funny how easy a boss Asmo becomes when that's not a factor. It does definitely make learning the game a lot harder. Oh, come on now. Camille said that you're not allowed to fire. He definitely said that. Still firing. Yeah. Really stop. Oh, he's thinking. No, he's some boy. He's got that sideways shot action going. Oh, look at that trajectory. Woo. Well, there you go. So yeah, he'll throw axes at me. Are you sure? Cheers, fish. Thanks for dropping by. There you go. So, again, lowered. Gave myself lots of cover. Prevents knights from attacking. I'm sure Camille will be able to show us in his stream what he's on about, but I haven't been able to get the archers to stop returning fire, and even if you do, they can teleport. Nice cartwheel. A while. A while, Big T. A while. I've got lots to accomplish tonight. The clicks are not going to be coming quite as fast. Yeah, they stand still and see you, don't shoot until you fire at them, then they definitely return fire if they haven't started already, in my experience. So, and yeah, we're going to be going a good couple of hours. Let's... yeah, I've got it. Yeah, no worries, dude. I've got a... it might be... I say it might be a little bit short tonight. It won't be. It never is. I always say, hey, what you do here? You're not supposed to be here. You're in the wrong place. Jay, enemy's not behaving. There's a summoner in here. It's weird. Although the argument would be, have a beginner's got it easier. Because, like, you know, that guy's full of extra arrows and resources. Damn straight. Right, let's get that incubi. Do we need to get the incubi outside? We don't really need to get the incubi outside. Shooting me here, this'll do. Now, this is a situation that, to be fair, everything's moving so, well, not slowly, but things seem to be moving a lot slower. Hey, Banshee in here too. Everything's moving almost in slow time of this cycle, so if anything, this 0% run is going to absolutely ruin my Cycle 18 game, which I'm sure Travis will be very happy to hear. But yeah, it's funny when, like, you usually have this when you get to a very high cycle and then inevitably end up going, oh, fuck this game, I'll start again tomorrow. And then when you start tomorrow, as I say, you feel like that IDU god where you're just going around dropping everything in single headshots, which I do like. Increase the numbers, not the life. But I know we're getting to a point where it's down to device limitations, not design choice. Can you imagine if they had all the power of like a PC or something, the amount of enemies they'd be able to get on screen? It'd be amazing. It's the one problem that... I think I'm on 4. We're not at double damage yet. Yeah, I must be on 4. It's one of the problems that I was thinking about is, although my machine can just about handle in death at, I don't know, medium settings, the problem that I would have is then I've got to cast it to my headset because I refuse point blank to play with a fucking cable. And then not only have I got to cast it to my headset, but I've also got to then push on my internet connection again. I thought there was an a Cupid flying off then. I've then also got to push on my internet connection again to be able to stream it. But it is something that I'm going to test. And yeah, as I was saying, I'll probably be streaming for the full. I do have quite a hectic schedule. Those of you may have seen I've got Into the Radius. I managed to get hold of a couple of keys for the game. And I also got one of those lovely 30% Oculus discounts through, so I'm going to buy the game with my Oculus discount so that I can then give the games away in the stream that I'm going to do on Friday. So, and that game is just, oh, it's so me, it's very hilarious. I do like it. Yeah, I'll try and remember. So tell me again when I'll try and remember, but yeah. So yeah, probably tell me again multiple times. It's... So when you get to the last stage, it is the last column on, as you are looking at it, on the right. I think I've described it before, but yeah, I'll try and... Because I did actually do a video of, like, I think it was like Asmo, I don't know, fucking 12 or something along those lines. And I stood where I needed to, but I didn't really need to at that stage. So... because we don't have enough of those blown up, they won't be on a delayed fuse, so I can't do this even easier. But for those of you who haven't seen this, you'll see how much slow time I'm using, because I really don't want to get hit. We're at the stage now, when we complete this level, where we are basically playing at the equivalent of cycle 8 or 9, well, 7 or 8, I think, because even at full damage, we can only afford 3 hits and dead. There'll be no grace of gods for me. So, spot, remember spot. Spot. So let's go here, kill you, quickly, kill you. Ooh, no extra one. They've made Asmo easier. I try and get at least one of these guys before I get round this corner. Have a little bit of a delay and kill that guy. The spot is right there. I'll go in it in a minute. Yeah. So the teleport spot that I'm working with at the moment, and this is thanks to Sean, I might add. Oh, look at that. It's a bit Archer. Making it a little bit hard. Is exactly where I am now. But back to this, facing that way. Got to be careful though, because I'm trying to kill other things and make him not teleport. In fact, let's get everything killed first. That would probably be a better idea. Oh, so he kind of did it. But yeah, what I would normally do is kill everything first. Let's put our back to him, get him teleport over here somewhere. Come on! Come on, monkey. Dance, monkey. That's where we want him. There is. Yes, I got somebody. There is no button for duck. Look, I am not pressing a button. I am actually ducking. I only say this, so that's where we want him to teleport. And I find standing here, back to the wall, once you've dealt with everything and you've got his attention, stand here, and more often than not, he will teleport to there. What I've now started doing as well is waiting for him to rotate so that he's going backwards that way, and that'll drop him down one, come across a little bit, rotate, drop him down another, and notice how he is actually losing a little bit of altitude even without a Hand of God. No, there is no duck button. I was being an ass hat. It's got over the top now. But yeah, if I get him pinned up against something with a Hand of God bubble, I can drop him very quickly. Ooh, pick up my skirt! There's lava coming. No, I was sorry, Stealthio, I was kidding. It was a friend of mine when he first had a VR experience. The bean technique. Yeah, so I want him to spawn near the arches so that he's got something to his back. The hog on him, if you then do multiple headshots in quick succession, will drop him. He'll then actually force himself under the arches, and then you keep doing that again, and you'll see that if you can get him, it's almost like playing fucking snooker with an incubi, or pool, or I don't know, fucking mini golf, putting him through holes, whatever. But if you can get him down and through enough of them, it does a little bit of the job for you. You can use hog as long as you put him up against something all the way. Exactly. Yeah, so you then get to that point and then you press the duck button and then you down. Oh, you had my knee go. Ouch. There you go. There's karma, Stealthio. I got karma for my duck. The reason why I always say about the duck button is because a friend of mine, when we were playing Death Horizon, I snuck into one, I don't know if you guys have played that, but I snuck into one of the vents ahead of him on the floor, poked my head out as he come into the room and said to him like, oh, quickly come in this vent, there's loads of loot in here. And it was his like first time he'd ever played VR, and his first words to me was, yeah, cool, that looks awesome, what's the duck button? And I was just in tears, I couldn't help myself. What's the duck button? It's like, we're in VR, man, come on now, think about it. Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm thinking, is if I started taking cats at this point, I would want to get more uses out of them than just the incubi and potentially the horns. Yes, yeah, even though I'm starting to get this the best parts to put in, it still needs some practice because it still feels risky, and I don't want to be fighting a boss at cycle 18 without knowing the fucking outcome of something. He missed, well, technically. Remember as well, because somebody said that they were really struggling with hitting these horns in time and getting... Yeah, 2 monks. One of them a bloody... what's it called? Oh no, there is usually 2 monks at that stage, but yeah, the other one's usually round the side and usually a brown monk, not a brown monk and an abyss monk. So for the people that have said that they struggle with Asmo's final stage, being chased around by the abominations after killing the archer and either killing. I know Camille in his higher cycles usually kills the incubus. I just dance around him. As long as you're abusing your slow time and glancing at him every now and again, you can kind of see the trajectory of his fireball, so they're not an issue. But one of the things that I have seen mentioned, I think, in the Facebook is when you've killed the archer and you've got the abominations chasing you around, I usually like to go back here and hopefully corral them into this area. Usually they all pool around here, and then drop a hog on the ground, wait for some of them to get in it, give them light little hits, light hits, so like almost like a quarter draw, because it doesn't matter how hard you hit them, you can stagger them. That then allows you to jump all the way up the top, and then you've got lots of time to deal with Asmo before those guys get back up your arse again. And then the other thing that you can do when you are at this point, and again, this is for those who have got it, but if you have Hand of God, shoot him in the groin with Hand of God. All of a sudden, he becomes very slow. That then means you've got less pressure on the fireballs, the boulders being thrown at you. And as he does his animation where he loses one horn, he is very slow, so that you can then get the second horn. Also, try and start on the left horn. I try and start on the left horn. That one has the most damage to be dealt to it, and then the second one becomes just trivial. So what did we say we were doing? We were going to skip through Desolation. This doesn't sound like a good idea. This doesn't sound like me. Right. Yes, that's quite right, but I'm talking to someone who is at the stage where they have Winter's Bite, 2 of, Hand of God, and as Norb says, a Cat 5 horizontal, or just not standard, with the crossbow into his brow slash beginning of his forehead, will usually hit both horns and destroy them. You might have to fire 2 shots just to be sure, and you want to be just to be sure on a fucking boss like Asmo. But the point is, players like myself are finding cataclysms and now getting to the point of cataclysms for me have come to the point where they are only useful for getting rid of those horns and potentially dumping the incubi into the lava. If I can not have to do the thing with the horns, then that means all of a sudden Cataclysm 3 or 5 has one use, and that's dumping incubi into lava. Now that's very important use. Yes, yeah, there is that. You can just duck them or move to the side with a bit of slow-mo. Right, we're going to smash through this real quick. Oh, I could do with that pit, though. I ain't got time. This is worth a lot of achievements if I can. It doesn't matter so much about the whole not getting hit, but this is worth 3 achievements just by doing this. And it gets us a little bit closer to Anakin 6, which is another achievement. And this is the one problem with doing this sort of run, is there's not really anything for us. Oh, fuck's sake. Come on now. Hit that arrow. There we go. This is the one problem with Desolation, as stands for how things are, as a lot of achievements are locked off. I'll kill one. Well, headshot one. Yeah, I know, right? Desolation. Who the fuck plays this? Well, to be fair, LG, our global supreme, plays this level, so I know it's worth 10% more. I could kill bats, but I can't be bothered. It's too many, and I'm not going to be able to kill enough to get the achievement. I don't think it's worth it. When I get to 86 achievements and can't quite make 87, you can all tell me I told you so to go and get the bats. The other thing. No. It needs to be more rewarding, not just on a points basis. No, it's such a good looking level. Exactly, Desolation, who's that? The one change. LG loves it. It's only worth 10% more points, apparently. And even then, 10% points is not worth it. At stupidly high cycles, I could see how it would be worth it. God, am I glad I've got Winter's Bite. At full strength as well. Definitely makes... Ooh, don't. Definitely makes this fight a lot easier. So we still have to be a little concerned. Oh, do they now, Sean? Oh, do they? Any danger, mate? Well, we can't night lock, so... again, another thing that I saw... I thought we did. Another thing that I saw in the Facebook group. Yeah, I know, right? What's that red circle about? Does that award you points? Or maybe it heals you. Something like that. Get back. I mean, 10% more is a lot of points. Oh, you better believe it gets faster on higher cycles. You basically have to skip past... You have to skip past the entire thing and try and take... Uh-oh. Forgot about those. Hiya, fellas. I'm going back in here. Yeah, it's definitely something that you then have to deal with a freeze arrow, I find. Let's go over here. Are you going to go? Yeah, you're going to go. Whee! He's getting very leapy on my kills recently. I like it. You can do that more. Good showman. Excellent form. Well done. For me, I would go to Desolation a lot more often if there was a risk-reward element in that the Exorcists drop items. This is Cycle 5. The healing lava circle of death. Right. I don't think we got the Deso ones. Hey, that looks like we got them though. There we go. Right. Quick check. I'll have a wet water. Let's go and see what we're dealing with. Because that's a good 7 so far. Or something like that. I might miss some chatter as well. It's getting all excited talking about Desolation and how we never go there. No, I think I got most of it. Yeah, it gets silly. From like, I don't know, it seems to get very silly very early on. Ooh, 81, that's not bad. So, of the ones that we've got coming up, should be able to get that. Might be able to get that if I can get a few more Asmos, but that one's going to be tricky. Might be able to get that one. We're almost there. Definitely can get that one if I can, you know, hand Anakim's ass to him one more time, which I thoroughly intend on doing. Can't get that because there's no way I can kill 666 enemies that haven't noticed my presence. That's about as, you know, that's even harder than trying to get the upgrade for Barrage. I'm not going to be able to get any of these. Winged Massacre, can't do it. Desolation on a budget, we locked out. Norb was on it for that one, I wasn't. So that's something to note, is to do basically your first plan if you were going to do something like this and like really go for it on achievements so you don't lock it out, is you would need to start at Purgatory and do Purgatory, make sure you get the bat, but do Purgatory without getting hit. Don't buy anything at the shop. Do the same on Paradise Lost. Do the same on Abyss, and then do the same on Desolation. Then you can play, and that will allow you to get a lot of achievements. Yeah, running out of Volley 5 is an absolute nightmare. As I was saying to the guys just before you got here, in my Anakim 18, I know, right? How simple. In my Anakim 18, I actually was going to have to go in there with no Volley 5s, so I had to replace my Volley 5 with a Volley 3. That's one of the horriblest things I've ever had to do in this game, because I know it is just a straight downgrade. It's even the same amount of arrows for just a lot less damage. I was tempted sorely to take double barrage of needles in for doing damage, but I don't think it would do as much, and it definitely would do it slower and less ammo. Yeah, there's a reason why everyone's using Volley. Before everyone started using Volley 5, I was starting to ditch Cat 5, or probably about the same time. I was starting to ditch Cat 5 for Hail of Arrows on the crossbow. No, I don't think you do, Norb. Not yet. So it would be the same argument with Cat 5 as it would be with Tempest. You've got to go through the steps. Yes, there's merit for, well, let's play like the players on much higher cycles are playing, but if you do that, then you're gonna lose out on some of the lessons on the way, and some of the beauties of actually using these decent arrows. They are good up until a point, but Cat 5 is something that you want to keep in your quiver for a very long time. When I can't explain it very well because of the fact that you're not at these higher cycles yet. But when you get there, it's a weird one, and I don't like to do it, but it's almost like educating people to play the game in the same way as like schooling is done, where you are taught basic math. On your first day, you're not taught fucking algebra, or you don't learn about string theory in your first physics lesson. Hell, in your first lesson of things are explained to you quite basically so that you can understand them and grasp them. In some subjects, you then carry on with that analogy or those assessments. In other subjects, because I've been party to this, your next year teacher or your next level of education will just go, right, all that shit you just learnt about X subject, forget it, it's all bollocks. It doesn't actually work that way. We just told you it worked that way so you could understand it. But yeah. I suppose the lesson, V5 does do more damage than Cat 5 in the situations that we're using it for. Jesus, cycle 28. I think Beanie was telling me whilst he was down, Funky Show managed to get to cycle 30, but bear in mind that is at a time when you didn't take multiple hits. You didn't take, Holy Armor, I don't even know it was in the game at that point, but it wouldn't have mattered. You basically always have 12 health, regardless of the hits that you take or damage done or what have you. And I also think he said that the health thresholds of everything was a lot lower back then as well. Sorry, 2 seconds stuff, yeah? Oh, you guys talking amongst yourself? Yeah, that's cool. If you can't freeze Anakim. Yeah, so you hit Anakim with the Winter's Bite because it is you can't get the freezing effect on the boss, but you can do an insane amount of damage to him. But that insane amount of damage has diminishing returns. The first arrow, the first Winter's Bite you hit anything with, does 5% plus 7 per tick, I think it is. 5% of their current health. So the higher health they have when you hit them, the more damage it will do. And that's why Winter's Bite is the arrow, but it's why Winter's Bite has diminishing returns. Yeah, I'd love to see XXX, Harry. That would be quite the achievement. I assume you're still teleporting to your little spot and making the incubi dump itself in the lava? Yeah, I suppose that's a good analogy. But yeah, the more health a target has with Winter's Bite, the more damage it will do. We can demonstrate. Here's demonstration. So she's not at full health. So that 28 is a combination of her current health, 5% of her current health, plus 7, I believe it is. That's what the tick damage is. So we can find out so he's 22, so minus 7 would put him at 14, which means over the course of all those ticks, he's taking 5% of his maximum health, of his current health as damage. And again, that's why you want to be hitting targets that have an obscene amount of health. And then later on, you want to be hitting just targets that have, well, bosses that are bosses. So let's see if we can do what I was banging on about earlier again. So he's throwing axes, that's going to make life difficult. If we move to here, he'll stop throwing axes. And then we can hit him. He will move on a lot of occasions if there is somewhere that he can move to. If we go back here and use the cover in front of you, hey K2. So I can now, hi-ho Silver Lightning indeed. Here K2, here's one for you that everybody knows about but me apparently. So yeah, using this cover, dropping yourself either by going down the steep side of a roof, or even staying near the crest and ducking, will allow you, once you have a knight in position, to make him stay there and not return axes. So we can then just hit him without him throwing axes back. Apparently it works on archers as well, but I haven't been able to get that to work. And it just allows us to construct those long-range headshots on one more kind of enemy without the pressure of having axes being rammed down our throat. No, I didn't either, but apparently everyone's in the know on it, so it's not new. Apparently. Here's another one as well. Because I'm basically working... can I do it? No, I need them closer than that. I'm doing a lot with working with gaze. Oh, was that Mr. Vega? Yes, it was. Hello, Vega. So you hit him with the hog to slow him down, you hit him with the Winter's Bite to do tons of damage. Well, there you go. You should, if you're not doing it, you should be, because it allows you to construct headshots with no threat of return fire, like you would do with, say, an abomination. You know, abominations, you can lure them out to a courtyard, get up onto somewhere, and shoot down on them and then get those headshots for days, and you don't need to worry about it because they've got no answer. They've got nothing to return. by doing it up there, you then make it so that knights become that target as well. And knights are a good one for scoring points. No, it's a good tactic. It's a good tactic. Yes. Yes, quite so. Hello, Ray. And yes, there is less ammunition. Less ammunition is the big problem with Winter's Bite 3, and that's its only problem. It doesn't do much more. I mean, if you drop a Winter's Bite 3 into the face of something, then that would work and do a lot of damage. Well, not a lot of damage. It would do 3 headshots worth of damage in addition to the freeze. If you could regularly set up so that your Winter's Bite 3 is hitting 3 separate targets, then by all means use Winter's Bite times 3. But the vast majority of time, you are going to be either shooting down a corridor to hit Anakin, you are going to be shooting a longer range shot at a skeleton archer to stop it fucking up your world. And in that circumstance, a Winter's Bite 3, well, 2 of the 3 shots are going to be completely wasted because they're going to veer off left and right. And on top of that as well, you get 32 in the quiver with Winter's Bite as a maximum. And God, I haven't picked up Winter's Bite times 3 for a long time. I think it's 26, or it might even be as low as 22, or something along those lines. The only time you will see me pick up... Oh, let Camille finish first. Yes, that would be awesome. That I could get value out of. That I could definitely get value out of, on the crossbow especially. But yeah, that would be awesome. But it wouldn't be Winter's Bite times 3 then, it'd be something like, I don't know, Chill Storm or something epically named. Winter's Flurry, something like that. But yeah, the Winter's Bite 3, the only time that I would pick that up is one of my Winter's Bite is empty. I'm going into a boss where I'm going to need Winter's Bite. I would take it in that circumstance because I'd rather go in with at least a brain freeze. Oh, is that LG? LG has entered the game. Hello, LG. What's all those specials? I know, right? Mr. Purist himself. Winter's Bite. Well, that's good. We can top off. But yeah, the only time that I would use Winter's Bite 3 is if that was at 0 and I was going into something where I needed it, like Anakin. And I've had to do that before. Yeah, pain in the arse. Because it then means you've got to find another Winter's Bite. Strangely, Winter's Bite times 3 is a rarer arrow. Probably in the same tier as Tempests and maybe even Hand of God. Because you rarely see a Winter's Bite times 3. Whereas Winter's Bites are definitely bottom tier and common as muck. So, Right, what were we doing again? Oh yeah, achievements. Oh, I'm not doing very well. I've got none. Right, let's change that around. So, we definitely know that we can get at least one more achievement out of this run from killing Anakin 6. Oh, that's a great trick, dude. That's a fucking great trick. I don't even think I've ever seen that before. I mean, if you want to come back now... That's definitely one way to avoid an arrow shot. Despawn on demand. I wish I could do that. But it's like I've never seen an enemy despawn as I take a shot at it. This is the weird shit that happens when you turn the record button on. It's either stupidly weird and things start going wrong, or everything behaves when you're trying to show off something weird. So yeah. Good trick. Neat trick, dude. Touche. I've never seen that. yeah, no, he probably is still around, so yeah, we could just blame it on Beanie. One of the things I was thinking with that, if I do actually do a stream of the original In Death, because I think it'd be quite interesting to see what we're missing out. Oh, yeah. Wow. I mean, you get yourself into a position where you have to play the Pit of Your Life sometimes. That's what I've seen. Next level, I think. Steady. Oh, camouflaged. I actually do need to start being careful now, because we're at cycle 5. This is dangerous. Dangerous territories. Yes, that is a good shout. It's something that I've been doing in pits recently on 18, is finding the point where the orphan has despawned, as Camille demonstrated quite nicely on his stream the other night. I've usually just pulled them out quite cautiously, but you can get to a point where you can still have the orphan despawned, but the enemies are in there. I don't know, I still don't know what the prioritization of the orphan spawn is against other enemies, but I don't know, it feels too high sometimes and too low others. But when you know where the orphan despawns, and firing an arrow into that area, now as we've talked about, because she's despawned, she cannot be alerted to run away and go. Yeah, I'll definitely go back and have a look at that again. Purist is something I would like to do at some point. It's probably my least played one at the moment. I've still got PTSD from what's it called, or whatever the IDUSTD. Yeah, I've got IDUSTD from Purist still, all because of that fucking earwig in my ear, taking up my left. Wow, you really want your name on something, don't you? To be fair, I always think it's a good idea to have names, especially with a tight community like this, because then everyone knows what everyone's talking about when they say a thing. I didn't want to call the whole line. I was just going to call it lining, but I thought silver lining was a good way to remember it. Any idea how they spawn again? What? How knights spawn? Oh, sorry, you're probably having a conversation without me. I should really butt out. Boo. Well, not going to be short of life at any point, that's for sure. The beam technique. Well, if you can, if it can have, like, I don't know. Oh dear, that's not good. Well, what can you say? Oh yeah, compound the error. Well, it's a good job I got loads of bloods. It's alright, we didn't really need that orphan for achievements, for fuck's sake. Never mind. On. That's too busy listening to you lot talking. So yeah, one of the things I was thinking on, if I do an in-death stream, is do I actually put the chat into the headset? Because I could. And I still don't think I would. I still think I would, I still think I would listen to you guys because it just seems a hell of a lot easier. I know, right, Jay? God. And yeah, as far as your technique's concerned, I mean, yeah, you could call it being something. If it could have some sort of like flicking technique within it, then that's, you know, that's a good name, strong name. If it was some kind of flicking technique and obviously involved the whole bean thing, that'd be great. So, and yes, it is always Jay's fault. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't know. Is that just English slang? I've never been aware of flicking the bean. I assume it's not. I won't go into detail. So let's get this bit finished up. So this is the problem now, is what's left and what can I go for? And to be fair, I think it's just killing. Just killing shit. We've got all the headshots that we can get. We've got everything distance-wise. I think it's now just number of enemies killed. So there is the argument that I could do some farming of knights, but I really don't want to do that on Anakin. That just sounds like a bad idea. I've never tried. I've always been too scared. We should have a look at that, really. I don't think it would, because technically you're not in its line of... you wouldn't be in its line of sight, and you wouldn't have proximity to it. Although the model is going up, the radius of its detection or something like that. I would have said no. I would have said no, it wouldn't. I know if you can hit the orphan as she is raising through a roof, that you can make her, force her onto force her onto said roof on occasion. But I would imagine, based on how this game works, that there will be a radius around her, and if we teleport into it... No slots for me. Although it shows that I have them in Sanctuary, but there are no parades. Not for the arrow slots, so... that's a bit of a wild one. I do wonder how far I'm going to be able to go. I mean, I've got Winter's Bite. I've got 2 quivers of them. I should be able to get to 10. I hope. Or I would hope. To be fair, I'd love to be able to get to cycle 13, because that literally means I'm on 1-hit death at all times. That sounds like a great place to end it. I don't see why not, though. I've got vanilla arrows. They're at full strength. I've got a couple of quivers of Winter's Bite. The only thing that I'm missing is a Volley 5 and a Hand of God. Hand of God is just always a caveat on top of things. It's never, like, you know, the be-all and end-all of strategy. You don't need... That was a bit of a silly teleport, isn't it? That's the coolest incubi in town right there. What's that? Oh, there you are. On. I think I got everything down there. There is a Winter's Bite in here. Sorry, Stealthy. I know you started saying that. I didn't know if you want to do that. Basically, that's if that was a wrath. My advice would be, on a big courtyard, do that. and try and get that arc. Try and arc it over as many enemies as possible. And Wrath of God basically works along the lines of the longer hang time it has. You'll notice that it pulses green lightning, and it pulses every second and a half, and it will pulse whilst it is in flight, and then it will do some more. Nice one, Knob. You can't. I know you can't. I've tried. This is one of the first things I did when I got this game. You can't even hit the shield. Nope, that's a good name, Knob. I like it. Let's go back a bit. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time trying to catch arrows. One of the shots that I had to get for one of the videos that I did involved me having to do that, and then maneuver myself in my play space close enough so that the arrow did that. Some of you might remember the video, and then I took what I'd recorded, turned it on its side, and had that as the arrow being fired. But no, I've tried. You can't hit yourself. There you go. That would definitely be a kill shot. And I know, right? Isn't it? Yeah, friendly fire in the game when... Yeah, they just go through, unfortunately. Anyway, right, that's enough of that. That's too silly. Yeah, they do turn weird. It's like they're waiting on the arrow, just all shifts to the front like they're mercury filled or something. Oh, let's see if I can do it quick. Not here. Not here. So he should be here. I'm holding forward now. I cannot move into him. So we know that he's here. If you can teleport into the spot, happy days. If you can't, then you know where he's landing. I've also found as well, just you shield out, you can push him off the edge just so, go on, get. Just so there is no chance that he's going to dick about. Isn't that right, Gabe? Lovely lad. Right. Yeah, nah. We're on for an achievements run here, Camille. Don't know if you know or not. It's from 0%. I'll be doing this as riskless as possible. I mean, yeah, but not today. Me and Beanie used to play a game where we used to stand on one leg on one of these towers and kill Cycle 1 Gabriel without being allowed to teleport or any bits and pieces like that. Sorry, no, we used to turn locomotion off, but you were allowed to teleport, couldn't shard, and then you just had to dodge. That was a lot of fun, but you had to, every shot you took had to be taken on one leg. So, I know I did it, and I'm pretty sure Beanie did as well. But this is the sort of shit that we used to get up to in our spare time. Oh, I thought he died. Well, no, nothing's clicking at the moment, but give me time. Woo. Let's get you done with sooner rather than later. So note 443 per tick. So that would be based on the current health that he has when that initial one hits. And you wait for the Winter's Bite to do, I think it's 8 ticks before you apply another one. Because if you apply another one, notice how that number's gone down now because his overall health or his current health is lower. If you fire another one into him whilst the initial tick damage is ticking down, well then you reset the tick damage for a lower integer because he's got less health than when you fired the first one. Probably wasn't the greatest explanation. Let it do its fucking damage before you fire another. That'll do. That's much better. You can clip that. Right, hopefully now we get Pit of Despair. Lovely. It's nice and fancy, isn't it? Oh, really? Oh, well, that was not the desired effect then. I changed it to fancy chat just to make it look a little bit different because I could. But yeah, if it's even more legible, happy days. Camille's made some suggestions of what we can do with these streams in like cropping and cutting and bits and pieces like that, which I'm going to try. Haven't had time yet. It is all the little things. Damn it. Yeah. Like Camille, I was tempted to fiddle moments before going on stream, and then I thought, no, Camille's really good at failing at that, and I don't want to teach that lesson. So, so I stopped fiddling moments before stream. You know, I'm all for the challenge, but still, I was a bit worried when OBS had an upgrade today. I'll give over K2. I've done it in loads of videos. I do it all the time. Yes, I did. Yes, I get it all the time, actually. When I'm not streaming, I do it all the time. Not an awful lot, Beanie. We're not. Need more achievements. No, never when you're watching. I do it on the casual when I'm not recording videos, but the weighting of my arrow seems to change. Always drops short. It's a difficult shot. As always. Well, I can't go back now, can I? So you'll just have to believe me. Definitely done it once, definitely. It's one of the things that I was hoping to actually save and use in a tournament. Yeah, but, you know, we're not paying by the arrow. Who needs to be accurate? See, that's what you get for piping in, Beanie. Someone will bring up the hacks again. Ah, dear. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Where's my summoner? You better not put him inside there. Fucking hell. Okay, so maybe new people haven't got it quite as easy because there should be a summoner there. No, I am not the teleport master. That is definitely Beanie. And there's a little pit run. Yeah, this is why he knows the location of all enemies, because he's got the ability to play with the game outside the game, so to speak. Even I don't know what every enemy is. I know about where they are. Yeah, hopefully that summoner's gone somewhere nice. Taking the kids. And there you look. That should normally be either a red, white hemmed or brown monk. Probably both down here. But nope. We get arguably one of the hardest ones, especially at those later cycles. That room will probably have, oh yeah, loads of skeleton warriors in there as well. Lovely. And an abyss. Archer. And another one. And Master of Magic spells and illusions, don't forget that. See what happens, Beanie, when you come up all in here with your accuracy claims? A chat of mean and vicious. Good one, chat. I'll get on with the game. You rip into shreds just like you did in his stupid little challenge stream. Hello, Fee. Good teleport, sir. Every good community manager should be loathed and loved. It's a kooky combination to maintain. Gap shot. Yes. Oh. Missed him. Oh, that's a lot of skeletons. That's a lot of skeletons. Look at this! Imagine playing the game for the first time and this happening on Abyss. Fucking hell! That strike, I hate it. It's so bad. It's so good. Whee! It's so good, but it's so bad. These strikes that these skeleton warriors do. We love Beanie. We've got shirts that say that. Or beanies that say that, probably. God, I hope I've dropped some Blood of the Lambs already. I'm sure I have. There's one. Yeah, I'm never going to be short of life. Yeah, let's... What? No, but if they did, imagine. Imagine. Where are you? You're in there? Oh no, you're there. And if you can just stay there, that'd be grand. I'm going to go and get you on. Hi, hello. Right, we're not worried about points here. We just want these kills. You're going down there. Let's get out of the way of that burning purple plasma. Ooh. Oh, God. Accuracy. Accuracy, aisle 3. If we can get some accuracy in here, that'd be great. Woo! There you go. Right in the toe. Played for and got. Yeah. Boom! Get out of my game! Hey, you got 3. Oh, there's another one. Lovely. Did is that what Beanie was just talking about? Yes, you do. You are in our hearts and minds during mine, Michael, and Jay's weekend of, well, I'd say debauchery, but we weren't very rock and roll. We just played board games and watched IDU and talked about IDU. I went to the Eden Project as well, which was, again, very rock and roll. But yeah. I won't spoil it. And don't you spoil it either. Jay is fucking terrible about keeping easy secrets. It's the hard secrets that you have to keep that he's really good at. I know, right? Yeah, I do know. Come on now, down you go. We'll probably get one once we're in there. Right, so if this is despair, we need to not get hit and we need to go quick. And we probably... No, he hides it in a much more cunninger space than under the bed, mate. Yes, oh, we were all spoiled. Yeah, it was good. Right. No longer Holly. Holy. Nope. Why agony, though? Why you do this to me? What do you want me to do in agony? I've already had it loads of times. Do you know what the problem is here? It keeps on giving me agony because it keeps on 50-50 rolling between agony and despair because I'm leaving the game by resting in sanctuary between pits. So, yeah. I could guarantee despair if I rolled from this pit now all the way to the next pit in the next abyss, so cycle 6. The next cycle 6 abyss, providing I didn't rest in Sanctuary, would definitely be despair. But yeah, it does, doesn't it? Bloody rubbish. Yeah, I couldn't get much out of him, chat. As I said as well, that all I'm going off of, as far as the end of season is concerned, is he hasn't got a lot of time to play the game with all the jobs that he does and all the various bits and pieces. And in the past, I've seen him going for runs. Yeah, this is that orphan. I do need him though. It's worth the life loss, I think. But we're going to have to try and play it silly clever. Let's see what we can lure. But this is the problem, is you can't lure much. Can probably get that one. Yeah, I know, right? All the multitasking, not getting the real work done. Right, that's 2. Because the problem here is not the monks. It's not how... it's... The problem... Well, yeah, the problem here is the Cupid's shooting down on you. The monks are a problem. And then teleporting around, there's lava. And those summoners. If they've even decided to show up today. Yeah, it's a prick. Let's go. He did? No, he's 3D modelling a bow, a silver-tongued devil bow. Yeah, well, got news for Beanie. He's going to need to do better than top 10 if he wants to overtake me on the Legend Points ranking board. The only one that matters. Right, let's get in here and get this sorted. So, let's put one of... Oh, you bastard. That was a waste. Let's get this side. I don't want to take any chances. No, 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 stay there. One of the things that I do find with the Orphan is you can kind of influence her path, damn it, a little bit with where you move to. Like, for instance, if I get in front of her here, she should go back that way. Why is he there? What's this shit? No, I can't teleport on top of her. Ow. And away. Why was he there? Oh, I suppose... Yeah, no, he is supposed to be there, isn't he? No, he's definitely not supposed to be there. He's supposed to be over there. Stupid fucking... Anyway. On. I don't think we're going to get 33 in one run. We've missed a few. Let's wait back here a second. I'll have producing copious amounts of slow time and have wet. Sure, I missed something on the chat during all that excitement. Yeah. It's, to be fair, Beans, it's not even a problem, but I don't know, you just managed to mess with my OCD somehow there. I don't even have an OCD problem. Yeah, the fact that he was just a little to the right, it's just enough. Just enough to throw me off. Cost me a hit, that did. Yeah. Yep, that's why I took damage. You know it. Anakim X on 0%. I mean, I don't see why we can't. I genuinely don't. Oh, I might as well get that now. That's efficient. Lovely. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to get to Anakin X with... I mean, you know, what more do we need than 2 Quivers of Winter's Bite, right? They're the necessary things, and obviously vanilla doing the damage that it needs to. Alpha leather here. It's getting silly, isn't it, really? Yeah, let's go back up the top. There we go. My kind of fight. A not fair one. Thanks for playing. Ooh. We'll wait. Hey! Nice of you to join us. Skeleton Warriors. No, I haven't seen them yet. But I haven't seen, obviously, Cycle 7. Here's when we will start seeing all the knights. There was definitely red knights in Anakin's, I think. Was there red knights in Anakin's? I'm pretty sure there was. Oh yeah, no. It's, well, see, that's one of the things that I've asked for. Is I've said that, like, at higher cycles of Anakin, just replace all the archers with skeleton warriors. That'll make it a lot harder. Because it is getting to the point, again, of ridiculousness. I don't look forward to the fact that I'm going to have to do 20-odd cycles to be able to, you know, get a decent position in the board. It's not ideal. No, there are things that I don't have unlocked that will appear in the game periodically. I'd love to see it. Yeah, ghosts instead of abominations. Yes, skeleton archers to make it harder. Replace the aboms with ghosts. Skeleton warriors instead of knights. Oh, good job I didn't pick it up, otherwise I just left a health there then. I'm hoping they're going to do that for the Halloween sigil. Yeah. See, the thing is, as well, obviously the Halloween sigil... should I say this? I don't know. There is actually a method to my madness here. If... boo. My thoughts were, if I could make them do like a Halloween sigil, it wasn't because I'm a sadist. Well, it's a bit because I'm a sadist. Or, no, what's the word? Masochist. It's a bit because I'm a masochist. It's actually because if we had a sigil that had a lot of ghosts in it, we would have somewhere that would be great for us to go and get Hog. Simple as that. But I've tried to disguise it as a challenge. But yeah, if they can't change the legacy code. Because that would be great. You just have a sigil that you could go into. Imagine every single abomination was a ghost instead of an abomination. And maybe keep bats in the same as well. And then change archers to skeleton archers, knights to skeleton warriors. You'd have ghosts as far as the eye could see. You'd probably be able to get Hog done in a couple of cycles. You know, summoners. They'd obviously... You'd change the summoner to an undead model. He'd summon ghosts. Happy days. It would make a cool mood as well. They wouldn't need to change any of the lighting on Abyss, but change the lighting in all the other levels, or Desolation, but change the lighting in all the other levels down to this. It's like moody sky and such. It'd be brilliant. Yeah, do that. That's probably even better. Yeah, do what Dan said. Don't just put fucking pumpkin heads on them, alright? I don't want to see that. One challenge. Oh look, more skeleton warriors. Brilliant. See, the funny thing is, Beanie, you say that you can't change things, but I'm fighting skeleton warriors now where there should be knights, right? So, couldn't you just modify the achievements that somebody goes into the game with? Because we haven't unlocked Black Knights yet. Because we haven't unlocked Black Knights yet, there's a lot of moody things in a lot of moody areas. So, and I think with Red Knights and Black Knights, I don't think they'll ever unlock, even if we hit the conditions. I know, right? It's the dirty blood that's left in them. The last of the blood. Yeah, this is probably the wrong way around to do this bit. Like an idiot, just chatting away, not doing it proper. Silly boy. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, is I know Beanie says about like not being able to change certain things over, but it happened then, but that was down to achievements. Yeah, it's probably just... Yeah, I would imagine it's not an easy thing to do is what the problem is, which is fine. What time is it? 1:15. To be fair, probably not. Probably not. I mean, we'll get Asmo done. I don't for a moment think that there'll be skeleton warriors in the Anakin fight. Not a fucking chance. It wouldn't, would it? It wouldn't? I don't think it would. I can't see there being I can't see it being a thing. Yeah. There you go. Easy. I mean, I can, but the problem is there's a lot of things that I need to be killing on the way. And if I don't kill them, I'm just making life harder for myself with other achievements later down the track. I'd rather not at this stage, because we are going to get to... I mean, we've killed a lot of things. I don't want to do any farming on any of the bosses. I want to avoid that, because it's... You know, I've shown you guys how to do it. You know how to farm if you don't want to farm. I don't want to have to do it if I don't have to. I know, right? But like just get one of the normal levels and just turn it upside down. Be fine. Normal level, turn it upside down. Happy days. There you go. Just take Abyss, turn it upside down. No, Abyss wouldn't be a very good one, would it? Paradise Lost upside down would work. Let's have a wet water. Fuck me, Camille. You're a filter sometimes. It's like you don't even have one. But yeah, fucking get to it, Jay. Come on now. To be fair, this upside down will be pretty flat. But yeah. Paradise Lost upside down could work. Make it all nighttime, gloomy. Pay me for the idea. That'd be good. You can't do that without paying me something. I told you to turn a level upside down. Yeah, I thought it was Sandman that you guys were talking about. I'm still looking at it, and I want to have a look at it, but I remember looking at the trailer for it, and I was like, oh, right, so they're just trying to cater for everybody. It's got fucking dragons and magic and fucking undead and fucking mythical creatures and just all the things in the same thing. Yeah, turn us upside down as well, why not? I know. Yeah, get in line indeed. That'll be a beanie question. I have never read Paradise Lost. Or if I did, I would just assume it's a guide for Paradise Lost. I think I know the general gist of the book thing. Interesting. Why is there a monk there? So, as you can see, all sorts of shit replaces Black Knights at these cycles. Skeleton Warriors, for instance. All sorts of shit. I mean... Yeah, I think if I rush it, I'm doing myself a bit... Well, I'm kind of doing you guys a disservice as well if I rush to the next Anakin for another... For another achievement. I think that'll be on the next one. Yeah, I think you've done a fine job, or I think Super Bright's done a fine job rather with Abyss, and an even better job with Desolation. Yeah, he kicked his leg out from underneath himself. That was brilliant. Right. The one thing that I will continue to say as well is, dare I say it, because usually I get big-headed all by myself, but doing the live streaming with you lot and listening to chat, listening to what you guys are saying, processing an answer, as I've said before, this is part of the reason why I can achieve what I'm achieving in the main game now. And yeah, definitely a thing. It has upped my level of play, doing things the way that I'm doing within the streams and then not having to. It's awesome. So thank you all. Yeah, it is 2 levels. 2 levels, but I reckon I could do quite well in the leaderboard because I reckon, Barrage of Needles will be a decent score in Arrow. Oh, at least you've turned up. Right. Almost there. Handful more Cupids for us. Need more of those skulls as well. It's a shame there's not a way. That's a point. Might have to test that, you know. Just thinking, I wonder if the big Hadoken skulls that... Come on now. The big... It's a good job I've got loads of health flying around, isn't it? I'm wondering if the big Hadoken style skulls that Asmo fires count toward the skull achievement. And don't really... Nice roll. I don't really think we can find out. That's one. Got another one in the shop. Yeah, it's the one thing that does impress me about this game is just how far it's come. I would imagine that'll have been another 9 months or so, I'd imagine. What the fuck? What the hell? I mean, I say I'm getting extra resources out of this, but that's if the other ones decide to turn up. Woo! Oh, getting lazy now. And witches. What the hell are you doing here? You lost, love. Yeah. As you know what? Yeah, I've always thought that this is somewhere between a demon and a, so you know, more from Aliens. Definitely my favourite statue. Anyway. Better go and get that life. Yeah, I mean, if Desolation took them 9 and they knew what they were doing, or had a better grasp of what they were doing with the code, I'd put my money on that. Let's go. I think we've got some bloods in this shop, but I know I've got one back here. What are you doing here? Are you lost as well? Yeah, I suppose it probably is Asmo. Yeah. So, you know, more for me. But I do have a very limited imagination when it comes to these things. Just call everything that I like. So. The what? Oh, see. God, it said that really weird. The Sarabesky, it said to me, or something along those lines. Is that it? Oh, yeah. Right, I think we're going to have to get our bloods in the shop, because I can't remember where they are. I'm not going back for them. There's one. There we go. We can get the other one in the shop, and we're golden. Definitely finding fatigue is starting to become a factor. Yeah, that's true. And the modelling. The modelling on the knights, or the modelling on a lot of things was improved with the game engine change. I'll have one of those. Oh, definitely getting warmer faster, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I've been putting quite a bit of effort into the old cycle 18 today. Definitely feeling it now. So I think I might be giving that a break for a little bit. I've got this Into the Radius giveaway stream on Friday. Planning on doing something on Saturday. Yeah, a little bit. I know, right? No, I'm not tired. I'm just gonna have to man up, aren't I? It's like one of the things I was wondering today. You might be able to tell me this, Beanie, or not. This is the stupid shit that I was wondering about whilst I was doing the monotony of going cycle 18 and doing headshot after headshot after headshot. Do these birds count as part of the spawn limit, Beanie? Like, so if I brought 17 enemies down here, would the birds have spawn prioritization over the enemies? This is the stupid shit that I wonder about when I'm playing. Oh, let's test. We're gonna chance it here a little bit. Right, I'm gonna say we are part of the scenery. Excellent. So let's try. We're gonna try and see if Hadoken skulls of Asmos count towards achievements. Because it's something that I've never thought of, and it might be a good way. Blow up 223 exploding heads. We're about halfway on that. I don't want to do it during a live stream. I don't think it's a good idea. But I'm hoping to get to XX. I should get my 30 million. Blow up 33 enemies with exploding heads. No. This one we might be able to get 223. That would suggest that we've got about 120. We're going to pop 6 boils. There's going to be 3 skulls in each plus 2. So we should only see a small movement in that bar after doing Asmo if we weren't to farm his Hadoken skulls. So let's try. Oh, the new models look fantastic. I wish they would do the same with the skeleton warriors and skeleton archers. The skeleton warriors seem to get up in your face a lot more than any other enemy, so I think they need a makeover. And skeleton archers, yeah, you could probably get away with not having to do those. I'd like to see a little bit of a makeover on ghosts as well. The ghosts on the original In Death look quite terrifying. Oh, how many days? I don't know. I'm not even thinking that far ahead. Normally I would think that far ahead. Yeah, those ones are pretty cool as well. I don't know. I'd imagine it's going to take me a good 2 or 3 days of solid gameplay to get to cycle 20, if I can get to cycle 20, because with the quiver drought that I'm having at the moment, risky. I haven't picked up a single quiver, and I'm halfway through Paradise Lost. The chance of me not getting a quiver? Oh god, headset power is low. Oh dear. That's not good. Shit. Right, gotta go. I'm not going to be able to test anything. Gotta be quick. Damn it. This is me not being confident in my battery life. I'd rather not lose this one. Quick. Yeah, I know, right? Oh no, not again. So it's just come up with low battery. How long's the stream been going for? Because I think my battery's decided to change behaviour again. Okay, it shouldn't be too bad then. Right. So if my battery is behaving like it used to, if my battery is behaving like it used to, then we might be alright. If it is not behaving like it used to, then yeah, bye-bye run. Bye-bye. It's alright. Fine. It'll be fine. Now we're good. I think, I don't know. like my battery goes through 2 behaviour cycles. There's either how it's behaving now, where at 15% I know I've got time to get something done, and then there is the other way where it just goes forever and then just dies. That's not what it's doing right now, or so I'm thinking. Oh, I'd really like to have tested that burning skull thing. No. Come on, quicker, 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 let's go. Can we move this along? Somewhere to be. Back in Sanctuary, hopefully. Oh, I do need incubator kills. I mean, I can do. No, too late. Sorry. It's getting so close to my record, it wants to kill me. Stop there, please. Oh, God, it'd be great right now. Come on. Accuracy issues, accuracy issues. Keep moving, keep moving. There we go. Quick like cat, quick like cat. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, man. Yeah, you're dead. Get down. Jesus Christ, you prima donna. Get out of my way. I need a portal. Yeah, I'll have to try. We should be alright, but I'll have to try my theory. Another stream. Yeah, we're good. I think we're good. Hey, if it dies, it dies, right? Just like Rocky. No time for drama, indeed. It's funny because after one incident of losing a run that I didn't really care about too much, all of a sudden... oh dear. Risking it all. So that's not too bad. So we are coming up on the extermination. We're coming up on the ghosts. So we should get that in the next pit. We should get that by the end of the next Anakim. We've got Anakim coming as well. So that's another 3. That puts us at 84. Witches is awful close. That puts us at 5. Headset is very low. So that's at 5. I think that one's going to be out of range. Maybe Incubi 6. Maybe that one. We're halfway through. Maybe not. 6. So that would put us on equal footings with Mr. Echo, who is the originator of this challenge. Which I'd be quite happy to. If I can match him, I'd be very happy with that. And I haven't done as much planning on this as I could, because I think there's certain arrows and certain achievements that I could unlock which would allow me to do more. But then is it a 0% run? I don't think it would be. So yeah, these are all the ones that are done. So I see 6 achievements that we can definitely get in another one of these, which I will do, but we'll probably have a little bit of a break from this. Anyway, thank you all very much for your time. I've been Silver Tongue Devil. I am on incredibly low battery life. Good night.